y'all, it's Jessica from Swatches. Today I have some Femme Fatale Cosmetics exclusives that are only available at Rainbow Connection. One of these is out of stock and will not be returning. One of them is coming back in stock and a few of them are releasing soon. So I'll explain as I show each polish. I'll go ahead and link a Rainbow Connection and Femme Fatale's storefront and social media down below. These were sent to me for review, and I'm going to get right into these swatches. So first up is Fontaine, and this is one that is set to be restocked soon. I think within the coming week. I'll update it as soon as it's available. This is described as a sheer blue sparkling topper packed with golden green glass flecks, iridescent glitters, and silver hollow glitters. So this is intended as a topper. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like on its own at 3 coats today. So here's a quick brush shot, and I'll show you how Fontaine swatched on my natural nail. Since this is a glitter topper, it is quite sheer, but it is so lovely and delicate on the nail. I think if you layer this over a dark color, it's really going to let that gold shimmer pop out. I think that's going to be a beautiful combination. So here is my second coat. I'm not going in with super heavy coats here, just enough to build up that blue tint to the base. So at 2 coats, it is still quite sheer, so I'll let that dry and then come back in and show you what a third coat looks like. If you wanted to, you could sponge apply this polish. I think that would really help build up that glitter base very nice on the nail. So at 3 coats, again, it's still sheer. This is not going to be a completely opaque polish. I think over a blue base, this is going to be really pretty, and I think over a black base, of course, it's going to be stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what a 4th coat looks like. I don't usually do a 4th coat, but I do feel like this polish really benefits from it. At 4 coats, it does have really nice coverage, and I liked the effect on the nail. You do get a ton of that shimmer and a ton of that glitter. It's not super heavy textured, but a nice top coat will help smooth it out a little bit and bring out all of those glitters. So here's a look at the completed mani before top coat, and here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. Next up is Hyacinth Wisp, and this is a thermal. It goes from a sky blue to a clear with pink shimmers, silver hollow micro glitters, and pink shifting chrome flakies. So the thermal on this is a little bit more subtle than some of the thermals I've seen coming from Femme Fatale. It's still really a cool effect. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Hyacinth Wisp swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat. Again, this is quite sheer. I believe all of these polishes are pretty well sheer. It does go on nice and smooth though, and you do get a few of those flakies and a lot of that shimmer, so I'll let this dry and then come back in and show you what a second coat looks like. A second coat does build up that blue base a bit. This really reminds me of the other Hyacinth polish from Femme Fatale. That was one of my very first indie polishes, and I'm still in love with it, so I love this combination. So here is what my third coat looks like. I am going to go in for a nice thick third coat here. Honestly, I would probably layer this over a teal or maybe even a white just to break up my nail line a bit. But here's a look at that completed mani before top coat, just in its natural state. It was a little bit warm here. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. And I'll show you really quickly how it shifts. So in the cup to the left, I have warm water. And that's pretty much going to give you what it looks like on the nail anyway. It was a little bit clear, and then to the right I have cold water, and that does bring out that deeper blue shade just a little bit. So you can see it's kind of subtle here. I have sped this clip up a bit because it did take a little bit to shift. So to the left it's more clear, and to the right it's more warm and teal toned. So this is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle in that direct sunlight. This next polish is the one that is sold out, and it won't be returning, I don't believe, at this point. This is Odalette, and it is described as a purple to pink thermal with green shine and silver hollow micro glitters, and this one is my favorite. I figured I would go ahead and show it to you guys in case you run across it, it comes back in stock, or you're able to find it in a D-stash because it is a beautiful polish. So there's a quick brush shot, and I'll show you how Odalette swatched on my natural nail. This one again does go on a little bit sheer, but you do get a nice pink pigment to the nail there with all of that gold shimmer and some of that glitter. So I'll let this dry and then come back in and show you what a second coat looks like. A second coat does build up on that base quite a bit and adds more of that shimmer, and it does start to slightly shift here at the tip. You can see it's getting a little bit cold and just a tiny bit purple toned. So here's a look at my third and final coat, and this does just help cover up my nail line a bit. It brings it to complete coverage and also makes that shift a little bit stronger. So you can see there at the tip, it's already getting a much stronger purple. This is a more cold reactive thermal, so it's going to react more to being cold than it will to being warm. Here's a look at that completed mani before top coat, and this is just such a pretty polish. I'm so sorry it's out of stock. This is a view from another angle in direct sunlight just at the natural shift, and then I'll show you how it shifts in my glasses. To the left I have warm water again, and to the right I have cold. So here's a quick look at the warm state, just pretty much what it is naturally on my nails. Next I'll show you how it reacts to cold. So it is a very strong and vivid reaction there, and almost immediate as soon as it gets cold, but it also warms up really quickly. So I love that about this polish. Here I'll go ahead and show you what the split image looks like. So again, to the left is the warm and to the right is to the cold. So this is my swatch photo in its natural state under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So lastly today I have Laverna, and Laverna is available right now. It's described as a pale purple-based glitter topper packed with silver hollow glitters, red shifting glitters, and pink to gold shifting glass flecks. This one did show up a little bit pink on the nail for me. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Laverna swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat. Again, pretty sheer but really easy to use. I didn't have any flooding. It wasn't gritty. It just goes on nice and easy. This is supposed to be a topper. I am going to go ahead and show you what it looks like on its own, but again, it's going to look great with a base or also over black. You're going to get all of that shiftiness, plus those iridescent glitters that I love so much are amazing over black. So at 2 coats, it doesn't bump up the amount of glitter, but it's still quite sheer. I'll go ahead and show you what a 3rd coat looks like, and I did quite like the coverage that 3 coats gives. It's just nice and delicate and feminine, with a ton of glitter and a ton of shimmer. Again, this is not super textured on the nail, which is nice. It does remove like a typical glitter though. Here's a look at that complete and mani before top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So that does wrap up my swatch and review for today of the Rainbow Connection exclusives by Femme Fatale Cosmetics. Again, I'll link their storefronts down below. If you'd like to see more photos, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com, including some shade photos, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.